There's quite a lot of videos out there on YouTube already showing you how to play the song, how to play the notes, but something I really wanted to touch on is going over how you can actually practice this, because this is really important and this is where I find a lot of people go wrong. They learn the notes, but they don't learn how to practice it efficiently and practice it in a way that it's going to translate to you actually being able to play with the song. The way I was thinking that we should go through this video and that I should structure it, I'll teach you a section and then I will show you how to practice it efficiently. And then at the end, we'll put it all together with the music. But otherwise, I'm going to run through all the riffs and just show you how they sound, and then we'll get into how you can play it too. So those are all the different parts you got to learn to play this song. And just one extra note, I will be referencing the acoustic version of this, but all of this will apply to if you play along with the studio album version of it. They're interchangeable really. The other thing is that normally this is tuned half a step down. I think for the acoustic version, I think the studio might be in standard, but the acoustic's definitely half down. But we're just going to play it in standard tuning for the purposes of this video. And as well as that, I'll leave a link to a version of the acoustic version in the description that is in standard tuning, so you can play along to that and it won't sound weird. But otherwise, let's get into it. So in the first riff of this song, we have two chords at E minor and G. So first, we'll just go over how to play those. So for E minor, we're going to put our first finger on the second fret of the A string. And then what we're going to do with our middle finger is put that right underneath it on the second fret of the D string. Okay, this is our E minor chord shape, and then we can just give that a strum. So there's your first chord, E minor. Now our next chord is a G. So we're actually going to go from our E minor chord, and we're going to keep our first finger exactly where it is. And what we're going to do is take our middle finger and put it on this third fret here. Okay, so these are our first two notes of a G chord, and then we put our third finger on the D string on the third fret, and our pinky on the third fret of the high E string, and this would be our G chord. Now, you might have learned a G chord with just this top note here on the high E string, or like this, playing that with your third finger. That's fine if you want to play it that way. These G chords are interchangeable, especially for the purposes of this song. So you can play G like this, or you can play it like this with your third finger on that high E, or you can play it with your pinky on that high E, or with this down too. Both are going to be fine. So that's the first part, just going between those two chords. Now in terms of the strumming pattern, there's quite a few variations of this you could do, and especially when people are playing live, they tend to just get the general idea of where the important beats are, but they kind of strum whatever feels right to them at the time. But for this video, we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And you can do this the whole way through and it's going to sound really good. So on this E minor chord, we're going to strum down, down, up. Just like that. Pretty straightforward. Down, down, up. Then we switch to our G chord and we play down, up, down, up. Cool? So on the G chord, down, up, down, up. So E minor, down, down, up. Then G, down, up, down, up. Right? A bit faster. Cool. And then that just repeats over and over for the first part of the song until you get to the chorus. So I'll play it through a few times. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Cool, so that's the first section. That's how you play it. Now I'm going to go over how you can practice this really efficiently so that you can play it in time and it will sound musical. So the first thing I would tackle when learning this is getting that E minor to G transition faster, because you might find that's what's taking a while and that's what's holding you up. Now, my favorite way to do this is by using a metronome and going through this little 70 to 100 protocol that I've gone over before, I think once on this channel, but this is going to be a common thing that you can use, or a common protocol you can use to get any chord changes up to speed. So here's how we do it. First of all, you get a metronome. I'm just on Google, so this one will do the trick. And a metronome is just a clicking noise measured in beats per minute. Right? Sounds like this. Just check that sound's coming through so you can hear that too. Yeah, it is. Cool. So that's at 83. Now, the way you're going to practice your chords and using this metronome is you're going to start at 70, and all we're going to do is play each chord, E minor and G, 4 times. Then we're going to have 4 beats of rest and then play our G 4 times. And then we just rinse and repeat that. So I'll show you, and then you can rewind this and play along if you want to. So I get my click going. 4 E minors, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then back 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So what that's doing is it's giving you some time to change between the chords, but it's still getting you to play in time with something. And as well as that, it's giving you a way to track your progress by using this metronome. So once you could do that at 70 with 4 clicks in between, you could go up to 75. Right? Try the same thing. So let's do that. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. G. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back. Cool. And what you do with this is you just rinse and repeat that process, going up by maybe 5 at a time. And don't feel like you need to rush this, okay? Just take your time. And you're going to do that until you get it to 100. So we started at 70, and then we get it to 100. So let's have a go at that. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. G. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2. Right? You get the idea. Now, once you can do that at 100 beats per minute, we're not going to go any faster than that with the metronome. We're actually going to drop it back down to 70. But what we're going to do is remove one of the rest beats in between. Okay, we're still going to strum it 4 times, but we're just going to have 3 beats of rest in between our chord change. So it's actually a faster chord change overall. You are progressing. So we get this going at 70, kind of recalibrate your timing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So that's a faster chord change. And one thing you want to avoid doing, and this is a mistake people make often, is if they have 3 clicks in between, they play on that 3rd click. You play on the click after. So back to that example. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then I play. Cool? Right, and what you would do is, again, just going up by maybe 5 at a time, or whatever you're comfortable with. It can be less than that. There's no shame in that. And you just rinse and repeat that till you get that to 100, which would sound like this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. So now you can do it at 100 with 3 in between. And then after that, what we do is we go back to 70, just like before. We're only going from 70 to 100. And then we just remove one of the rest beats again. So it's still strumming it 4 times, but now we're just going to have 2 clicks of rest in between. So we go through that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Then I play. 1, 2. Right, you get the idea. So I'm shortening that gap in between, even though the metronome's slower. And then, I'm sure you've caught on at this point, but we get that to 100. Okay, let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, right? You get the idea. So then, after that, we go to 70 with one click in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4. Cool, just like that. Then again, progressing 5 at a time until we get that to 100 with one in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Cool. And then you get to the point where you should be able to do it at 70 with no clicks in between. And this is when your chords really start to flow a bit better and have that nice, smooth, consistent sound. So I'm going to try with no pauses. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So that's your chords taken care of. That's how you're going to practice your chords and get them to the point where you can transition between them smoothly. This will sound really musical once you get this flowing a bit. Now the next thing you want to do is practice the strumming pattern. So a good way to practice the strumming pattern on its own is I like to play mute notes, which is where you just lightly touch the strings on the guitar and you'll get this kind of scratchy sound. Like if I try a show like this, my fingers are barely touching the strings. Okay. And you get that sound. Don't push too hard or you'll actually end up playing notes. The reason I like practicing with this is it's very percussive and it kind of helps you get a feel for the strumming without the distraction of the left hand or chords going on. So first, just practice it on your own, looping through it a few times. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Just getting used to that, and you want to get it to the point. This is really important actually. So with strumming patterns, with chord changes, anything, practice looping them round and round. I can't tell you the amount of times when I'm showing someone a song and I'll show them the strumming pattern and they just go, sweet, is that it? It's like, no, you have to be able to do that round and round. You don't, when you're playing a song, you don't just go and then stop, right? So practice going round and round, like 10 times. Wow, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Just get really used to that and build in that muscle memory. Okay, so you might need to do it slower than that, obviously, to begin with. But then what you can do is bring up your metronome again. So let's do that and try just playing it along with the metronome at 70. Now the way strumming patterns work is all the down strums should be on a clicking sound. Okay, so if I get this going, so it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Right, so you should have it at a point where you can do it with the metronome at 70. And don't worry about speeding this one up on its own, just focus on getting it at 70. That's a really good starting point. Because then what you can do, once you have these chord transitions faster from doing the exercise from before, you can try combining both. And you can do the exact same protocol that we did before with having the rests in there and then slowly taking them out. So what that would look like is I might start at 70. I get this going. And now I'm going to do my chords with the strumming pattern, okay? Not just the 4 strums like we did before. Down, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. down, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up. Right, and you would just work your way up to 100, doing that with 4 clicks in between, then down to 70 with 3, get that to 100, down to 70 with 2, get that to 100, you get the idea, 1 at 70 to 100, then no clicks in between. And then once you can do that, it will sound something like this. We have this at 70 again, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Right, you should be able to play that along with the metronome. Then what you can do is actually have a go at playing this along with the song. Okay, and you can use the YouTube playback speed to change the speed, which you will need to do to slow it down. So let's have a look. So I've got it up here and you'll see it's the standard E tuning version, okay, which again I'll leave a link for in the description. But what I'm going to do is slow this down. Let me just move this. So let's slow it down to, let's go 0.5. That's a great starting point. And I'm going to play along with it, and I'm just going to join in when the drums play. You'll see what I mean. Okay, get a bit of yahooing, bit of cheering to psych yourself up. To crush this cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Right, and they'll take you all the way up to the chorus. And obviously what you're going to do with that, just like everything I teach, you want to figure out a way to progress it in small increments that will be easy to track your progress with. So once you can do it at 0.5, try just do it at 0.55. And then once you can do that, 0.6, right, you get the idea, 0.65. And then you'll be well on your way to doing it full speed if you just follow that process. Hopefully that makes sense, how to play that first section. The tutorials for the other sections, they shouldn't be as long because now you kind of understand the process. We're just going to apply those same exercises, same principles to all these other parts. But without further ado, let's move on to the chorus section. So for the chorus section, there's kind of 2 riffs. You got this top line up here, which we play twice, which will look very confusing right now. And then we have this second line here, which we also, we actually just play that once. So the chorus is this line twice and then this line. Okay, now what I'm going to do for the purposes of this video and what I do when I teach this is we're going to learn these individually and then figure out how to put them together. So we'll call this like chorus A for the meantime and this chorus B. So let's go over how to play chorus A. So first off, let's just go over how to play the chords. Okay, so this will look confusing because they're not your traditional chord shapes. It's written out in tab, but just bear with me and you'll see what's going on. So this first chord here is 4, 6, 6. So the way we play that is we put our first finger on the 4th fret of the A string. Okay. And then we put our 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the D string or the next string up. And then we put our pinky on the 6th fret of the next string up, so the G. So we have 4 on the A, 6 on the D, and then 6 again on the G. And we play those 3 strings. If you're more advanced, you might know how to block all the other strings, so you can just strum everything. But for now, you might just want to stick to playing those 3. Cool. Now that's our first chord shape, and that's the first 3 strums, or the first 3 notes we have written here. Then we move on to this one, which is the exact same, but we're just going to move our first finger onto the low E string, still playing the 4. So we've gone from 4 on the A string on the previous chord to 4 on the low E string. And then we just play those strings. And we get this kind of sound. Cool. So we've gone from this to this. Right? Now what you'll find is your first finger is naturally going to be blocking this A string, which is good. We want that, okay? Because we don't want that string ringing with this chord. So try keep that finger flat if you can. I'll try get this to focus a bit better. So I have that finger pretty flat. It's not up like this, right? Because then I'm going to run into issues of that A string ringing. So keep it flat. Cool, so our first two chords, this to this. Now our next chord, we're going to move all the way down to the 2nd fret. I'll zoom in on this a bit actually because this one looks confusing, but it's fine. So we've got 2 on this string here, and then we've got, it's the same chord shape as the first one. So we got 2 and then 4 on the D string. So these are our first notes. So 2 on the low E, 4 on the A, then 4 on the D. And then we put our middle finger on the 3 of the G. So we have these 4 notes. Right, definitely a bit trickier. This will take a bit of practice, and that's our 3rd chord. And then you'll see there's these zeros up here. This more relates to when we get the strumming pattern, but there's when we implement the strumming pattern. But it just means there's a couple of spots where we strum, and we also get these open strings, the open B and E, as well as the other notes in the chord. Cool? So those are our 3 chord shapes, just to go over them again quickly. I'll zoom out so you can see it. So our first one, 4, 6, 6 on the A, D, and G. Then we just move that first finger down 1 string to the low E. We get this chord. Then we move this whole thing back is one way to think of it. Move these 2 fingers up 1 string, put this middle finger on the 3 of the G. Then we get this chord. So this to this to this. Oh, whoops, to this. Helps if I play it right. Because I'm watching myself in the screen while trying to play it, and there's a bit of lag, so it throws me off. Excuses, right? So you're probably going to find these chords really hard off the bat. So here's how you should practice them. So the first thing I would do is just practice each chord individually. Now, a great way to do that, just to get the most bang for your buck, time-wise, practice efficiently, is just play the first chord, take your hand off, touch your leg or something to reset it, then try put it back. Right? And just going through doing this. This is a really good way to do it. And then what you can do with the next chord is, because it's so similar to the other one, you could just practice going like this. Just do a few reps of that. Get used to that. Now the last chord, this is another one where I'd put my fingers there, then take my hand off, put my fingers back, hand off, fingers back, right? Just going through like that. And you'll get faster and faster with this. Give yourself a goal during your practice. Be like, I'll do this 50 times with each chord, or 30 times, whatever suits your time constraints. Now, once you've got some muscle memory built up with those chords, so it doesn't take you too long to play them, you start applying that exact same process we did before with the metronome. So I would start it at 70, play each chord 4 times, and have 4 beats of rest in between, and try loop that round and round a few times. Okay, so if I get this going. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again, back to the first one. 3, 4. Go through once more. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and you would just progress that like before until you get it to no pauses in between. So you would go to 100 with 4 in between, then back to 70 with 3, back to 100 with 3, then back to 70 with 2. Get that to 100, 70 with 1, get that to 100, then you should have 70 with no pauses in between. So let's go over what that would sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, then back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. Cool. That's going to get you really efficient at those chord changes. And this one will probably be a lot harder for you than the other one. So again, just take your time with it. Just set yourself little goals each practice session. You know, if the previous session you could do it at 80 beats per minute with 3 in between, make your goal to get that to 90 for a practice session. And I know it feels like slow progress, but it will be progress. And the reason why I like practicing chord changes or anything with a metronome or along with music like this is that it's trackable. So you don't get discouraged and feel like you're going nowhere. You know, you have objective data to tell you how much you're progressing, and you're not just like, oh, I feel like I'm playing a lot, but I'm not getting any faster. Trust in this method and it will give you the results. Now, once you've got those chord changes down, it's time to start looking at the strumming pattern, which again is a bit trickier than the other one. So just like before, I think it's worth just doing those muted notes that I talked about, right? Where you just cover the strings and just focus on getting the strumming pattern right. Then we can add in the chords later. So covering the strings and moving so you can see my strumming hand better. The strum for this is the first chord. We go down, down, up, right? Pretty easy. Next chord, same thing, down, down, up. Okay, so far we've got down, down, up, down, down, up, which is those green arrows, in case you couldn't tell. So down, down, up, down, down, up. Now the trickier chord, the way we strum that is down, down, up. Now you'll see there's a down arrow with a bracket around it. That means we do one of these pretend strums where we go through the strumming motion, but we don't actually play the strings. So it's down, down, up, miss. Cool. And then after that, we go up, down, up. So that tricky chord, the way we strum that is down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. Right? If I do it slower, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. Cool. Now you might be wondering why do we have to do a missing strum? What's the point of playing through a strum if you're not even hitting the strings? And it's just to keep the rhythm going or keep your hand going when you're strumming, because when you are strumming, the last thing you want to be doing is pausing all the time. So if I did this without doing the miss strum, I'm going down, down, up, down, up, down, and it just kind of, it makes it not even, and you're just, it's hard to get in the flow. You know, if you add in the down strum or the fake down strum, it means I can just keep this hand going. So I'm going down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, miss, up, down, rather than down, down, up, down, up, up. And you'll see if I do it that way too, I end up starting the next bar on the up strum, and it's all over the show. It will be very inconsistent and sound super out of time. So just trust me about that missed down strum for the meantime. So then once you get that strumming pattern down, try just looping it round a few times, right? All the way through. So we got down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. And then what you can do to keep yourself honest is you can bring up your metronome and try do it along with that. Same thing. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. Cool. And if you can do that a few times, you're going to have very little issues actually putting this in the context of the song. So once you can do that, then you want to try just playing it on your own, right? And putting the chords with the strumming pattern, right? So starting off, down, down, up, then change, down, down, up, then change, down, down, up, down, up. Now, actually, to circle back to this last chord and go over what these zeros are, all it means is that when we do this up strum here, and all the rest of the chords, you can play all the guitar strings. So it's a pretty general thing. You don't need to hyperfixate on it or anything. So the first two strums of this chord, we play the bottom portion of the strings. And then when I do this up strum, I get those open strings in there too, and for the rest. So it sounds like this, down, down, up, down, up. But again, you don't need to stress about it too much. It's a pretty general general vague thing. So now going back to putting that strum all together. So we got down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Then back to the beginning. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Cool. So once you can do that, again, worth putting it to a metronome and just going through that same process. So starting with 4 clicks in between with the chords and the strum together. Down, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, 1, 2. Back to beginning. 4. Down, down, up. Right? You get the idea? Then you just slowly, like I've mentioned a million times now, just take out those rests, getting it to 100, going back, take out a rest, and rinse and repeat that process. So that would be how you play and practice the chorus part 1. Now moving on to the second part of the chorus, which is a bit more straightforward, thankfully. Actually, that first bit of the chorus is probably the hardest part of the song. I would say it's even more difficult than the solo, arguably. So how do we play the second part? So we're looking here at this E chord. So we play an E chord shape, which is first finger on the first fret of the G, then middle finger on the second fret of the A, and then your third finger is just going to go underneath that, right? So we got an open E string, then 2, 2, 1, and then 2 more open strings. This would be an E chord, and there is a little diagram up the top there if you find that more helpful. Now for this E chord, very straightforward. We're just going to strum it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Now here's where it gets a bit trickier again. We're going to play an A chord, which is just the second fret on the D string, the G and the B, like this. And we're going to play this down, up, and then we do one of those miss strums again, where we just go down, so down, up, then miss. Then we have to switch to a C chord, which is first finger on the first fret of the B, and then middle finger, second fret of the D, and then third finger, third fret of the A, and we strum that up, then we miss, and then we go up, down, up. Right, so pretty confusing. I'll play it all together. We'll go E, A, down, up, miss, C, up, down, up. Again, I know the strumming looks confusing, but it allows me to just keep my strumming hand moving like this. Right, if I do it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, sounds really good. Now, how do you practice this? So again, you could go through and practice each chord individually by just playing an E chord, hand off, E chord, hand off, E chord, hand off, E chord, hand off. Right, same with A's, A, hand off, A, hand off, and then C as well, C, hand off, C, hand off, C, hand off. However, you probably won't be struggling with that too much. The main thing is just going to be going from that A to C. So what I would practice doing first is just going from A to C, building up some muscle memory with that. Give yourself a number, 50 times. A, C, A, C, A, C, A, C. And then you can start trying to add in that strum. So we got down, up, then we miss, then change to C, up, down, up. Cool. A bit faster or smoother. Down, up, miss, up, down, up. Down, up, miss, up, down, up. Right? So if I put that together with the E chord, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, miss, up, down, up. Now with this one, you can go ahead and do the metronome 70 to 100 thing if you do struggle to change between those chords, but I feel like I don't really need to explain that again, but you could just go, if I had the metronome going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Right, you could start off doing that too, but it might not be as important for this part. The main thing, again, would just be getting used to that A to C. Down, up, down, up. And then you shouldn't have too many problems with it. But what I would definitely do is have a go at playing that with the metronome. Okay, because if you can do this stuff with the metronome, it's going to translate to the song. If you don't do it with the metronome, it won't translate to the song, so you'll just get stuck and wonder why it doesn't sound in time. So you could get this going at 70 and just work on playing with that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, miss, up, down, up. Right, I'll try that again. 3, 4, down, 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 up, down, up. So that was the second part of the chorus. Now what you want to try do is play both those parts together. So like we talked about before, you play that first part of the chorus, you do that 2 times, which you can see here, right, times 2. You play that twice, and then you play that new part we did, the second part of the chorus, you just do that once. Okay, so I'll play that through on my own, and then we'll put this with the music. So if I play that, we have down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Then again, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Now the next part, down, up, miss, up, down, up. Cool, I'll play through that a bit faster, then we'll put it with the music. Cool. So that's how you play that part. And again, you are probably going to find this difficult. So just look back in this video, look at the processes I talked about in terms of practicing it. Just take your time with it. Try track all the different variables like the metronome speeds you're playing along with and whatnot. And just try beat that every practice session, basically. Now, if we bring up the song, I'm going to slow it down to 50%, which actually it might already. Oh, no, it's not. Let's slow this down 50%. And I'm just going to go to that chorus part and we're going to practice that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do that again. In the second bit. Right, so that would be the chorus along with the song, and again, you just slowly increase the speed that you're playing it at, and then eventually you'll get it full speed. Now, the other thing you'll need to practice is transitioning between these riffs, okay? Because obviously in the song, you've got to be able to go, if I go back here, and I'll just speed it up a little bit for the time being, we'll go 0.7. I've got to get used to, let's go back a bit. So if I'm playing through this, after this one, then back to this. Then back to the first bit again. Right? So something you might need to practice is just going from this part to this. Right? So try break that down. I mean, what are we doing there? We have to go from a G chord to this chord. So again, this is a transition you might want to practice with the metronome. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then just apply that same 70 to 100 metronome protocol. And then you'll have no issues changing between those parts. Now, I just realized there's one variation I haven't mentioned yet. The very last time you play the chorus, okay, this part B of the chorus here, the second line, the last time you play the chorus in the song, you want to just hold the C chord, or you want to like strum it down along with the song. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so if I bring up the song again, if we go to the very end, just speed this up a bit. Okay, I'm just going to play along with this, and it's not going to be tabbed out, so you're just going to have to figure this one out from looking at it. So we got this part here, A, C, then we do it again, A, C, and I just keep strumming it until he says free. There. Right? So all that is, if I go through it slowly, you have the second part of the chorus, which I'll bring up. So you have this bit, you do it once like normal, then the second time, I do it again. I play the C, and then I just keep strumming that C chord until I go back to this. Cool, so you should hopefully be able to figure that out. So by doing all that there, that's enough to get through 90% of the song. The only other thing we have to look at is the solo, because the song just switches between that main riff and that chorus over and over. So let's get into the solo. So the solo, what we're going to do first is play the 5th fret on the A string with our first finger. Then we use our 3rd finger to play the 7th fret on the A string. So just 5, 7. And then we go to the 5th fret of the D string. And then we move this first finger across and play this 7 3 times. So it's 5, 7 on the A, then 5 on the D, then 7 3 times on the D. And for now, you can pick that either just only down, or you can try go down up if you feel comfortable doing that. But after we do these 3 7s here, we move up to the 9th fret on that D string, play that twice, then we use our first finger to play the 9 on the G, and then we play like a little chord with just those 2 notes. So it's 9, 9, then double 9, double 9. Then we move that same shape up to the 12th fret, or your double dot, and we play that 4 times. Okay, so all together we have 5, 7, 5, then move the first finger, 7, 7, 7, then 9, 9, double 9, then 12, 4 times. So that's how you play the solo, and you play that all together 4 times in a row. So it will sound something like this. Right, you get the idea. So that's how you play the solo. This part here, it's going to lend itself really well to practicing with the metronome. So if I bring up the metronome on Google again, we go to here. A great way to practice this is just playing 1 note per click. So you could start at 70 with this and try just do this. So 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, 7, 9, 9, double 9. Then 12, then have a click in between, 1, 2, maybe 2. 2 clicks in between, 1, 2. Right, and you can just speed that up. With this, maybe aim to get it at, let's see what 100 sounds like. One, two. That's a pretty good speed. You could try get this a bit faster, maybe more like 120. Might make a bit more sense. Right, that's a good speed, and practice doing it 4 times in a row. And again, the reason why it's so important you practice this with the metronome is because what you'll find can happen is that you might play these parts really fast, then you have a big pause going to this, then a big pause going to that, right? And it might feel kind of cool when you're playing it on your own because you're thinking, oh, look how fast I can play this first bit. And then it slows down. Might feel cool, but you'll have 0 chance at actually being able to put that in time with the song, which we're going to do now. So if we scrub through here a bit, and we'll slow this down to 50. 1, 2, 3, so solo. 9, 9, double 9. Chords. So that would be the whole solo section. And with that, once you can do that, you should be able to play the whole song start to finish. You just got to get familiar with the order of the riffs. And I'm not going to write down, oh, you do this 8 times, you do this 1 time, all this kind of thing. I suggest you just listen to the song and get really familiar and kind of trust your intuition and your ear as to when the section changes are. Because if I'm being honest, like I've played so many covers, written original music, I've never really thought about how many times I'm playing each thing. I just get really familiar with the song so I can predict it, because I don't want to be playing on stage and counting 7, 8, 9, 11, 13, 17. Like, I don't want to be counting up while I'm playing, just going with the vibe and my intuition. Otherwise, let's get to playing the whole song start to finish so that you can play along with this, use it to practice, slow down the speed and all that good stuff if you need to. But let's see if I can do this in one go. So let's go over here. All right, let's do it. Did it. One go. Which, I think I made one mistake in there where I played an A chord as a power chord, but no biggie. So hopefully that was helpful and gives you an idea of how to practice the song, not just only how to learn it. And as well as that, I hope you can apply some of these same principles to any other song you're learning. As well as that, if you do have any other requests for songs that you would like me to do a tutorial on like this, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to get to it. But otherwise, thanks for watching and see you next time.